Good morning. I'm up, just waiting for breakfast, got lots of stuff down by my bike already. Not feeling good this morning. Tingling is real continuing in my hands, but mostly in my left hand, and I'm very breathless. I'm quite lightheaded. I've just had a bit of a sweat. So I don't quite know what's going on. I don't know if it's anxiety. I don't know if it's something to do with my heart. I don't know if it's something to do with my FND and fibro, because that sends silly sort of nerve messages everywhere, but I'll just see how we go. And I might swing by a little hospital later if I see one. It's okay. I've decided it's not my heart. I can't walk straight, wobbling all over the place. I'm feeling sick. So it's obviously my FND or my fibro or the benign positional vertigo, although I don't feel dizzy. I can't walk properly. Good job I have to sit down to ride, isn't it? I don't have any more medication left for that because I took the last one on the ferry yesterday, so I'll just try and stop at a chemist somewhere. I think the tingling and stuff in my hands is something separate. I think it's to do with my back and to do with riding. And I'm also feeling a little bit anxious, I think, and just going down to breakfast wasn't very helpful, really. They have tables set up for one in there, and I found that really hard. So at dinner last night and breakfast this morning, the tables just set up for one, and I know it's daft, but there wasn't a place for Andy, and it just made me feel really, really alone. And they weren't particularly friendly or kind in there. Not just to me, but they were quite rude, actually. I mean, after the laugh, there was a couple that just come in. They've got in the middle of the door, "Please wait here to be seated," and a couple had actually come into the dining room. And she went, "Good morning," but then walked pointedly over to this sign, picked it up and plonked it right back down in the middle of the door. I'm like, oh. But do you know what? One of the things I've realised is that over the last few days, probably because of how I'm feeling, I'm probably not using my acceptance. In fact, the day I spoke about acceptance, I got right out of my hula hoop a few times that day. If you don't know what I mean by hula hoop, it's about our area of control. So if you put your arms out to the side, spin from the waist, that is your area of control. A bit like standing or sitting in a hula hoop, then that's it. And you just have to accept everything else. All you can control is your response from there on in. And I got quite ratty having to reverse for people long ways and being quite judgmental. So I've just realised that I'm not, probably because of how I'm feeling, coming from a place of acceptance and kindness, and I'm being quite judgmental. So that's going to be my thing today, is acceptance, kindness, and not judge. We'll see how we go. And hopefully I can manage to get the rest of the stuff down to my bike and on my bike. Once I'm on it, things will be fine, but it's just getting there. Isn't it funny how when your own attitude changes, everybody else's does as well? I don't know if we put out an aura or whatever, but literally from just doing that last video, I got my stuff, I came downstairs, I asked the lady on reception for the key to the drying area. She came out, she went, "Oh, can I help you with that?" And she took my really heavy rucksack, and I went, "Oh, if you could, because I'm really struggling today." And then I saw these things on her fingers. I went, "Oh no, you can't do it." And she lifted it. She's got no knuckles in loads of her fingers due to arthritis. Just had a really, really lovely chat with her. She's wonderful. She's one of the managers here. Amazing lady. So straight away, it's renewed my faith and trust in mankind. But maybe it's because of the place that I'm coming from today. So let's see how it goes. It's put a smile on my face anyway, so that's good. I had mastered getting my stuff on my bike, but not today. It's been a real struggle, to the point that I've even lost the bit that goes in here. It's completely inside, but do you know what? I'm on my way now. I've got about 150 miles to ride today. I'm heading down to the south coast of Wales to see a friend who I've known since I was 9 years old. So 49 years. Wow, just a few years off my age there. So yeah, and her hubby. So I'm sure they'll be able to help me out, sort with my ratchet strap. Onwards and upwards. My priority today was to find a post office so I could send my father-in-law's birthday card. Look, I've done this really sweet little post office in this really quaint little town. Hopefully I'm not going to get my neighbour. Sweet. It's really cute. Yeah, they've even got the knitted top for the post box that Andy and I used to love when we used to go out riding. I think they're really good fun. Anyway, it's been raining, not many photos, not many photo stops, because I've had to dig out and put on my milking gloves today, which have kept my sleeves really warm. They're doing a great job. And I kind of get why the dispatch riders of old and the warriors used to wear those really long gloves. I'm definitely going to check some out when I get back. Although the milk gloves are doing the job, but they are quite tight on my hands. It's made the tingling a bit worse. But my feet are so toasty and dry, which is heaven. It's just now stopped raining, and it's not windy today, so that is a godsend. And it's not particularly cold, so that feels a bit like heaven. It's still not raining, yay! So I've actually stopped at Barmouth Beach, taking my helmet off, taking a few photos rather than just using it as a pointer to ride on through. Just something that struck me as I was riding here is that the only people that have actually engaged in conversation with me since I got to Wales is the manageress of the last hotel, who's actually from South Africa, and a guy in the car park who's also getting on his motorbike. He's from Luton. So my brother did suggest that maybe I need to put on an Australian accent, which is all very well for him because he's an impressionist. There's me, I'm like, "G'day, mate." Doesn't even sound Australian. "G'day, mate. G'day, mate. G'day, mate." So I have to pretty distract from that. Put another shrimp on the barbie. Doesn't even sound, it sounds more Norfolk, Suffolk. I don't know. But perhaps I can go, "I'm from, top of the day to you. I'm from Glenarth, Northern Ireland." That's going to be my challenge. Engage people in conversation with whatever accent comes out of my mouth. This is Penmen Pool, and I've just gone over that bridge, which is really rickety and wooden. It was 50p, it was brilliant. But apparently between, I can't remember now, I've only just seen the board, but over a period of 50 years, ending in 1827, so 1770 to 1827, 100 ships were launched from here. They were all made from the oak of the woods, the oak trees around here. And yeah, then they went down to Bournemouth, where I've just been, to have their riggings and masts out, and then they were launched from here. After 2 hours of riding, only 52 miles, I'm finally at Abu Dhabi, which is where I had aimed to be last night. I'm finally here. Took me a little while at the last stop to get my helmet back on and to get my phone onto my handlebars. My hands and brain just weren't working. I have this little thing that I put the helmet on, I hold the two together, I thread it through the two, I separate them, I pass it back through and loop it round. It just wasn't happening, but eventually I got there and now I'm here. This is why some days, apart from getting my gear on, it really is easier to ride my Ryker than it is to drive my car some days, because I just sit on it and I twist and go, point it in the right direction obviously, and put my foot on the brake. So, you know, it's simple. To be fair, if I was at home, I probably would not be out doing anything today. I'd probably just be having a PJ day, but I've got to keep pushing on, so here I am. I had just had quite a nice ride actually. I didn't realise that Snowdonia National Park was so close to the coast, so I didn't expect to be going through it or on the edge of it. So it was really quite nice, the beautiful trees, the waterfalls, just the feel of the mountain air. Unfortunately, it wasn't many opportunities to stop and take photos or videos. I just went through a nice little town as well, or village really, obviously like they're knitting. So when you look at the relief, look out for the girl on the swing and the big red dragon, all knitted. There was also a big troll or person on the bridge, but I just couldn't stop to take a photo of it. Anyway, beautiful scenery. It has stopped raining. I've just come into Abu Dhabi, which is beautiful sand dunes everywhere. Just having a little cup of coffee with oat milk, yum yum. Luckily for my tummy and body, they didn't have any gluten-free cake, so that's probably a plus, on the plus side. It's interesting, I kind of lost looking at the scenery for a bit there on my ride. When you start saying things about acceptance and kindness and non-judgment, the stuff that starts to go through your head, and we think a lot, don't we, even when we're not intending to.
And I was thinking a lot of toxic relationships, and many of which I've let go, and how I was holding on to stuff and stuff going through my head. And I got to the point on my ride of like, do you know what? They're not right, you're not wrong. It is what it is. Accept it. Accept your area of control, Karina. You can continue to go over and over and over this stuff in your head and let it keep you trapped and controlled, or you can let it go and feel free.
Oh, I've just stopped at a pub called the Black Lion Hotel in between Aberystwyth and Cardigan. What do you know? I get off the bike and it stops raining. It's just typical. I've just ridden for the last hour and a half through the rain, and it's cold and it's windy, but it has been through the mountains, so I can't tell you about the scenery because I've actually been riding through a cloud as well. So anyway, I'm gonna have some soup. I was gonna have a jacket potato, but it's like £13-14 for a jacket potato, and I'm being a tight ass. So I'm gonna have some soup, veggie soup, spicy veggie soup, and then push on to Cardigan, and then I may well, if it starts raining again and it's cold and wet, I may then head over to my friends and just cut across country and then ride the rest of the coast tomorrow before heading on to Swansea. So we'll see where the weather stops play. Well, weather did stop play, but I'm really glad, because although I did 158 miles, it meant that I got to my friends for just after 3 o'clock, so I get to spend more time with her, with both of them. It was so lovely to see Rita and Martin when I rode in. It was like, oh, I've just had a bath, my second bath in a month. Amazing. I have had showers, but a bath is just different, isn't it? I've got a beautiful room, but yet another beautiful view.